le long ka dan de mai ngön bo long jem ba koraslan je zum yira su cha cha jen dem be chodra cha gyun ro 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 se yi xie guo jen de mai ngön bo la gü be cha zren che bru su wan de Seram Jim Water Jeremy Jason La Do Ye Jigdo Debra Jingelo Om Ahum Bentra Ma Guru Bima La Jemi Sarwa Sindi le long ka dan de mai ngön bo long jem ba koraslan je zum yira su cha cha jen dem be chodra cha gyun ro 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 se yi xie guo jen de mai ngön bo la gü be cha zren che bru su wan de Seram Jim Water Jeremy Jason La Do Ye Jigdo Debra Jingelo
Tashidlik. Welcome to the Ngondro class. It's the foundation class, and everybody knows that in the foundation class, the foundation practice, we have to accomplish the 5 sets of 100,000. So the 100,000 prostrations, 100,000 refuges, 100,000 bodhicitta, 100,000 mandala offerings, and 100,000 100-syllable mantra of the Vajra Sattva. And then also Guru Yoga. So Guru Yoga is the recitation of the Vajra Guru Mantra. So if you have time, it's good to practice, and then it builds a firm and stable foundation for all other practices that you want to go ahead. So, okay, we'll start. Before we start, please bring in mind the precious motivation of the Bodhisattva. This motivation determines what practice are we doing. So without this motivation, any practice that we do becomes just ordinary. But if we have this motivation, then it becomes inconceivable and fast. Like with this motivation, you could light a single candle, and that candle dedicated or with intended that we want to bring all motherly sentient beings to the state of Buddhahood makes that offering of a candle inconceivable. So similarly like that, before we do any practice, we need to bring in our mind of this precious motivation. So let us think that in order to bring all motherly sentient beings to the state of perfect and complete Buddhahood, I will engage in the preliminary practice.
La mi tu ni nam Ngondro Di se mi do dong bi ma Nam Tersar li ni pa La mi tu la cha se te Son Chancho Nimbo Mato Pai Lama Kuncho Sumla Dizon Chancho Nimbo Mato Pai Lama Kuncho Sumla Dizon Chancho Nimbo Mato Pai Lama Kuncho Sumla Simje Gunye Pendeju Tane Sumre Proa Madoba Magia Simje Gunye Pendeju Tane Sumre Proa Madoba Magia Simje Gunye Pendeju Tirawa Kunye Luda Lonje Pe Soni Zonje Kunjo Sumami Sera Kunje Luda Soni Zonje Kunjo Sumami Sera Kunje Luda Soni Zonje Kunjo Sumami Guru Kaya Vana Lama Vishura Tingilinga Ridwa Tingilani Rashida Gumbu Pamela Suwandi Salam Puan Jumbai Chingilo Gumbu Pamela Suwandi Salam Puan Jumbai Chingilo Gumbu Pamela Suwandi Salam Puan Jumbai Chingilo Ludam Shigisa Ngöndro Pamba Mebata Shigini Jubash Ludam Shigisa Ngöndro Pamba Mebata Shigini Jubash Ludam Shigisa Ngöndro Pamba Mebata Samai Pema Kesara and Dombo Shanzen Chogi Ngondro Nye Pema June Shirut Udoi Kandroi Mampu Goi Jiji Jesu Daroi Jinji Labji Shisu Usui Guru Pema Sidi Samai Pema Kesara and Dombo Shanzen Chogi Ngondro Nye Pema June Shirut Udoi Kandroi Mampu Goi Jiji Jesu Daroi Jinji Labji Shisu Usui Guru Pema Sidi Samai Pema Kesara and Dombo Shanzen Chogi Ngondro Nye Pema June Shirut Udoi Kandroi Mampu Goi Jiji Jesu Daroi Jinji Labji Shisu Usui Guru Pema Sidi
Okay, so now we have finished the opening prayers. This is how you would begin your practice. And then there are also like preliminaries of the preliminaries, how you need to set your cushion to sit, and then your table, and then the text and all of those things, and time to time, whatever. For example, in the context of making the mandala offering, you'll have to have the mandala pan and so forth. And then if you're doing the prostrations, you'll need the prostrations board and so forth, so you can slide easily. If you're doing on the what you call those wooden floors, then it's easy because you can glide or slide easily. Like the rug and so forth, they catch and then they obstruct your practice. So you should make things that are conducive to your practice. So if your prostration board is sticky, then it doesn't help you, then it kind of discourages you. But if you have a nice prostration board that you can go easy, slide nicely, then it kind of encourages your practice. All those kind of. And similar like that, when you need a mala for chanting, this is called mala, or so beads, there are 108 beads with the guru bead, or called the main, the bead that kind of, when you come here down, you have made one round. So, and these beads too, you need to, it shouldn't be too long, shouldn't be too short, because when you're chanting, you need to catch your next bead easily. If the bead is too far like this, then it takes long, and then you get stuck. So all of these things, little things, but very important. All of these are called causes and conditions. When you assemble, when you have all of those together, then it bears fruit. So you have to keep those in your mind. And cushion when you're sitting, then cushion that's comfortable for you to sit a long time, not uncomfortable cushion or bulky or uneven. And time to time you need to kind of move around. It's not good. You need to sit in one posture as long as possible, and then concentrate, because if you kind of keep on moving, then you get distracted. So everything kind of contributes to your practice. Yeah. Do you have any question?
Is there a proper form for counting the mala?
Yes. Mala has to have 108 beads, and if you can also have counters. These are counters. This have 10 markers on each. So when you've gone round, then you pull one bead, so you know you have got one bead, like that. And there's the proper way of how to pull the beads, the markers. The markers are pulled inside, not outside. So pulled. And then the way to chant, you usually use your left hand. Depending, so like that. And then you pull your beads inward, not push out. You pull your beads in. So see, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. So while you wait, you focus on your mantra, recitation, or visualization, and so forth. Then you kind of pull. So your chanting has your clicking of your bead or pulling of your bead has to be according to the number of chants. So you cannot go faster than your chant. So if you're reciting one mantra, you only pull one bead. So like this, you go all the way, and then when you come to here, when you come to the last bead where you started, then you know you have made one complete circle, and then you pull the marker one, like that. So you pull. Make sure you remember that you pull the bead inward.
Not out.
Yeah, not out. In like
Does
this.
it matter if it's which finger?
Doesn't matter. Yeah, you can whichever is comfortable. It's like that. Sometimes you have over here, because you want, with this you can hold the beads too. So sometimes here, sometimes on your 4 fingers, like that. Whichever is easy, it's fine.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so so all of these things are very, very important. You need to consider very seriously. Sitting cushion. In fact, even the where you face is very important. So if you face east, if your meditation cushion and if you're facing the eastern direction, that's good. If you're facing the western direction, that's also good. If you're facing the northern direction, that's also good. So southern direction is not so good for your practice. So But if you cannot help, then you can place tankas like this, like pictures, Buddha images, and that way then wherever you're facing, there is the support of your practice. And then under your cushion, you have to also, there's kusha grass. There's a special kind of grass called kusha grass. You kind of place few kusha grass under your cushion like that. And if you can also draw a swastika, the Buddhist swastika like that, underneath the cushion, so representing the Vajra seed. So Vajra seed like that. So you can paint it, or you can also pour rice or grains in that shape of the swastika, and then you can place the meditation cushion and then meditate on that one. Then you have to have a Buddha image or Guru Rinpoche like that in front. And then you can make offerings to Guru Rinpoche and Buddha, like water offerings of flowers, incense, lamps, perfumes, and food, and all of those, candles. Excuse me. So then the main visualization when you're doing the Ngöndro is the refuge tree. Behind the light, that tanka over there, that's the refuge tree. So in there you have your Lama in the aspect of Guru Rinpoche, Lama appearing in the form of Guru Rinpoche. And all of those Lamas up there, they are the lineage masters. So lineage lamas, all those lineage lamas. And then there are the three roots, Lama, Yidam and Dakinis, Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Dharmapalas, protectors and protectresses, and all of this. So you visualize that one. That's a huge mass assembly in front of you in the sky, in the front. And then in front of that visualization, you make prostrations. When you are doing prostrations, you're not offering one prostrations on your own. You visualize that in your front, you place all your enemies, all those who harm you, all those who obstruct you, and so forth. You visualize them, they are placed in front of you. We intentionally think of them, that we want to bring them all to the state of Buddhahood. So we place all of those obstructors and harm inflictors and obstacle creators and enemies and so forth, those who dislike you and so on and so forth, all of them we place. Then on your right hand side, your father, on your left hand side, your mother, and then all sentient beings gathered all around you. So all sentient beings gathered, and then with one gesture, through their body, very respectfully, humbly, without arrogance like that, and with their speech, all reciting in one word or in one voice, reciting the refuge prayers or the chantings and so forth, and in one intention, that all of them taking refuge in the Buddha, Dharma, and the Sangha, and then having the intention that they want to awaken all sentient beings to the state of Buddhahood. So like that. So you offer one prostrations, so you can imagine how powerful it will be, because you're not offering just one prostration. Along with one prostrations, you're visualizing infinite sentient beings joining along with you, then offering the prostration. So that's the way to practice. Okay, now go back to page 10, and then we'll today engage in the accumulation. Page 10 is the mind training. Remember, read again and again. Try to order the book Words of My Perfect Teacher. I'll send you the title of the book. So get that one. It's because that's a very elaborate explanation of the preliminary practice. So, usually you have to receive the transmission for that, but here in the West people don't have time to receive transmission, so we give the permission that you can browse or you can read through. Okay, now Namo lume tenge gombo lamai ken Deljur dini shindu ne barka Kese medai chiwe che yin Kede leke jude luwa me Kamsung korwa ndunga jansa nga Dene dalo chela jurwara sho Dezon janshu ningbo mato bar Lama kencho sumla jamso che Dane zunde korwa mandon bar Majur semje kunge pendendo Dezon janshu ningbo mato bar Lama kencho sumla jamso che Dane zunde korwa mandon bar Majur semje kunge pendendo Dezon jancho ningbo maton bar Lama kencho sumla jamsu che Dane zunde korwa maton bar Majur semje kunge pendendo. So this one, when we are chanting, like earlier when we were following Rinpoche's chanting, we were reciting these boxes three times. But right now we are doing according to the accumulation. When you are doing the accumulation, these 4 lines go along with the prostration. So you have to do the refuge and the bodhicitta along with the prostrations. So you keep count of the prostrations. So every time you go down and then you rise up, you pull 1 bead. Again you go down and come up, you pull another bead. Well, you keep on reciting the refuge and the bodhicitta prayers continuously. It doesn't matter whether you're going down or whether you're coming up. You keep on chanting because continuously. Okay? So you go Dezon janchom ningbo matom ban lama gencho sumla jamsu Dane zunde korwa madomba Majur semjen kunge pende Dezon janchom ningbo matom Lama gencho sumla jamsu chen Dane zunde korwa matom Majur semjen kunge pende Dezon janchom ningbo matom. But like that. So you keep on doing. Okay? You keep on doing so. Recite the prayers in Tibetan because it is the blessed words of the great Terten, or the great treasure revealer. And then you understand the meaning. What does it mean? From now until attaining the heart of awakening of Buddhahood, I take refuge in the Lama, who is the 3 jewels. So this particular practice, or this Ngöndro, is the practice initiating us to the path of secret Tantra, the Vajrayana path. So Vajrayana path is always relied upon a Lama. Without Lama, we cannot enter, there is no entrance, or the Lama initiates us, or Lama bestows us the empowerment. When we receive that empowerment, then we are how would you say? We could say now, traditionally, that you are now entering into the Vajrayana, or you are permitted, that you have been initiated, you have been accepted as a student to practice Vajrayana. So without teacher, There is no tantric path. So therefore, so we say Lama. So in order to practice, you need to first investigate the Lama. The Lama has to have qualities. Lama, as I mentioned it again and again, the Lamas have to have the lineage. So they have to have relied upon their Lama. Their Lama had to have relied upon their Lamas. So that's why there is this connection. So I always give this example. For example, you want to have this light to glow, there should be an uninterrupted connection to the source. If there is any disruption or any disconnection, this light will not glow. Similarly, like that, in our practice, we need to have that lineage, uninterrupted lineage. So if we have that lineage, then sooner or later, we can bring forth the accomplishment of these blessings will blossom. Yeah, that's called realization. So therefore, the Lama has to have lineage. The Lama has to have the realization. Lama has to have the compassion. Lama has to have all of those qualities. And once you see that that Lama has those qualities, then you can rely, or you can approach that Lama and request that Lama to be your teacher. And then once that Lama accepts you to be your teacher, and then he or she will initiate you into the path. So therefore, we are saying here, I take refuge in the Lama. What does it mean? Is the Lama is the one who is connecting you to the path. So, and this Lama is not just an ordinary, like in academic school or in a worldly kind of school, we think as teacher who teach us. But in our spiritual practice, or in this Vajrayana context, a Lama is someone who introduces you the path that you can awaken to your innate nature. So that Lama becomes very important, very precious, very sacred. So that's the practice of Vajrayana. So without the Lama, there is no Vajrayana path or practice. It's many people these days, they just read, or they have information that are gathered from the internet. So these are actually not allowed, because these teachings are kept secret, not because they have faults or defects, but these teachers, if it is not received in a proper manner, this can be destructive. Rather than bringing the fruit, the result of accomplishment, it can be negative. It can, without the lineage, without the permission, we are not allowed to practice tantra. If we kind of forcefully barge in and then try to practice that, then there can be a lot of, there are custodians, there are Dharma protectors, there are Dharma custodians who guard those teachings. Then they can create obstacles and so forth. So therefore it's very, very important. So secret tantra, you have to have a Lama. And once you have Lama, then you need to respect your Lama. You need to have faith and devotion in your Lama. Like that. Because secret tantra is the practice of pure perception or pure vision. In the tantric path, we talk about deities, we talk about mantras, we talk about the true nature, or dharmata, which is called the abiding nature, or the true nature, the suchness, and so forth. And so when we say deities are whatever that we perceive, we see as appearances and so forth, are initiated or introduced as deities. Whatever sound that we hear are introduced as mantras or awakened speech. Whatever we recollect or think, whatever thoughts that we have, thoughts that we recollect, thoughts that we give rise to, and so forth, are introduced as true nature, as awareness, emptiness, as the suchness. So like that. So therefore, tantric path is the practice of pure vision or pure perception. Without pure perception, then tantra doesn't work. So if you still think all these things are ordinary or confused perceptions and so on and so forth, then you are not actually working on pure perception or pure vision. So without pure perception, there is no practice of tantra. Yes?
Is forgive my lack of knowledge. Is the foundation part of that tantra, or is it kind of like the prerequisite?
This preliminary is the foundation of tantra.
It's the building
Foundation,
block.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is also part
Yes,
of
part of tantra, yes. So that's why you have the first line here on page 10. Homage, Lama, infallible, constant protector, please think of me. So then here we take our Lama as the embodiment or the quintessence of all Buddha, Dharma and Sangha, like that. So that's why we are saying Lama, infallible, constant protector, please think of me. Lama embodies Buddha, Lama embodies Dharma, Lama embodies Sangha. In the lower school, like in the general Buddhist tradition, Buddha is the historical Buddha, Buddha Shakyamuni, the historical Buddha. Dharma are the sacred teachings, the teachings that he proclaimed. And that. Sanghas are those who are ordained, who wear those saffron or the red robes or the yellow robes and so forth. So the monks and the nuns, like that. Yeah. But in our tradition, in the secret tantra, yes, Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, they are the outer Buddhas, But the inner Buddha is the Lama. Lama embodies the Buddha. The Lama's mind is the Buddha. The Lama's speech is the Dharma. The Lama's body is the Sangha. Like that, yeah? So that's how we kind of, then the refuge becomes inward. It's not just external. We are not seeking refuge externally, but we are actually now taking that refuge inward, seeing that the Lama embodies Buddha, Dharma, and the Sangha. And further on, the Lama introduce our own body, speech, and mind as this awakened nature. So then we see that the Buddha is not outside, that the Lama is not outside, but the Lama is within. Yeah. So the refuge kind of goes again, not only external. It doesn't mean that we are abandoning the external refuge. The external refuge is there. Moreover, or on top of that one, we have the internal refuge. More or on top of that one, we have the secret refuge. And then ultimately there is the absolute refuge too. So you will understand then slowly by slowly. So this practice is how we set ourselves to understanding, to understand this nature of refuge, understanding Buddha, Dharma, and the Sangha. Okay?
And all that together is the tantra, or is tantra?
Yeah, tantra, yes. Tantra.
I don't understand that word.
Yes. Tantra means the secret mantra. So this, Tantra is called the stream, the lineage, the stream. So you awaken that lineage or awaken that stream through the Lama who bears or who is endowed with that connection, with that lineage, yeah? And then we practice that thread or that connection, that lineage. Then once we realize or once we come to understand, then that lineage is awoken within our being, yeah? That's Tantra. That lineage is manifest. That absolute lineage that transcends any kind of connection or disconnection and so forth is the absolute lineage, the absolute connection. Yeah, that's called Tantra. Okay. So now, then page 12 is the mandala offering. Mandala, you have to learn to make the mandala mudra. Tersar kunge ludan longchen ben sone zon shere genjo sum lamben. Tersar kunge ludan longchen ben sone zon shere genjo sum lamben. Tersar kunge ludan longchen ben sone zon shere genjo sum lamben. So now Vajra Sattva. Today we'll recite 108 times the Vajra Sattva mantra. Chivor lama dorse yerme be kulle duse chömbam drem janjur. Here, officially, or here, traditionally, this is where you are initiated to the Tantra. So, you are bringing in mind Vajra Sattva, your Lama in the form of Vajra Sattva, who embodies all of the Buddhas, and then he has the power to purify all karma, all obscurations, defilements, and so forth. So that's why then you practice the Vajra Sattva visualization or recitation. We are in our ordinary form, but our Lama appears in the form of Vajra Sattva. So this is Anorando member Sarvan Sunday member and Sansama Kamasuza Benzetam Shiriam Guru Hung Ha Bagon Sarvatanda Benzer Memons and Benzer Mama Samaya Santa. So you can memorize that one, so you can read slowly that mantra. Benzer Santo Samaya Mano Palayam Benzer Santo Teno Bante Chandra Member Sunto Shah Member Sumbasha. Anorando member Sarvan Sunday member and Sansama Kamasuza Benzetam Shiriam Guru Hung Ha Bagon Sarvatanda Benzam Benzama. Benzer Santo Samaya Mano Palayam Benzer Santo Teno Bante Chandra Sunto Shah Zedam Shalim Guru Bagan Saran Tanta Benson Bandan Santon Sama Manipula Benza. There's Santan Tomaban Santon Shama Samasha Anuradoveva sarva tsendeme prayata sarvakama suntame tsendam shirim kuru o bhagan sarva tantaka dabentam samantama samantama banjan santa Manubalaya banjan santa tena bantir chantan dhamma santa shama samasha Anuradoveva sarva tsendeme prayata sarvakama suntame tsendam shirim banjan mamsaman zavama samasanta banjan santa sama manubalaya Tersar dhamma santa shama samasha Zendam shirim guru ha o bhagan sarva tantaka Om Banjan Sanjan Samay Manupala Banjan Sanjan Tana Bhati Chandan Dhamma Sundasha Subhashama Bandhara Dhamma Sarva Chandana Prajan Samakama Sundama Tendam Shak Samanta Dhaganda Banjavan Javan Jamama Samasandam Banjan Sanjan Samay Manupala Tersandar Dhamma Bhava Sundashama Bhava Subhashama Bandhara Dhamma Sarva Chandana Prajan Samakama Sundama Zendam shirim guru hung ha om bhagavan sarva tantaka banjavam banjavama samas om banjan santo samay manupalaya banjan santo tena bhante chandar dhamma santo shama vasavasha anuradhameva sarva chandime prayata sarva kama santame zendam shirim guru hung ha om bhagavan sarva tantaka banjavama banjavama samaya santo om banjan santo samaya manupalaya Banjan santo tena bhante chandar dhamma santo shama vasavasha anuradhameva Sarva Sindhime Prayata Samakama Sutame Chitam Shirim Guru Hung Ha Om Bhagavan Sarva Tantaka Banjarma Memanza Banjaba Mahasamaya Santo Om Banja Santo Samaya Manupalaya Banja Santo Tishantir Dhamma Bhava Sunto Shama Bhava Subha Shama Bhava Anuradhameva Sarva Sindhime Sarva Kama Sutame Chitam Shirim Guru Hung Ha Om Bhagavan Sarva Tantaka Banjaba Mahasamaya Santo Om Banja Santo Samaya Manupalaya Teshandir Dhamma Bhava Sunto Shama Bhava Subha Shama Bhava Anuradhameva Sarva Chandime Prayata Sarva Kama Sutame Chitam Shirim Guru Hung Ha Om Bhagavan Sarva Banjama Memanza Banjama Mahasamaya Santo Om Banja Santo Samaya Manupalaya Subha Shama Bhava Anuradhameva Sarva Chandime Chitam Shirim Guru Santo Om Banja Sunto Shama Vansama Shama Vandam Sansaman Sansaman Sandam Sandam Shangun Om Banjan Santa Saman Namaman Santa Namatan Shantan Santa Shama Vansama Shama Sandam Shangun Santan Dangaman Om Banjan Santa Saman Namaman Tersar Dhamma Santa Shama Vansama Shama Vandam Vanjam Santam Banjan Santa Saman Santa Shama Vansama Shama Vandam Santa Santa Om Banjan Santa Nandam Banjan Tanamata Chandana Santa Shama Vansama Shama Sangama Santa Santam Shanam Guru Santa Tersar Dhamma Santa Shama Vansama Shama Santam Shama Banjan Santa Sama Banjan Tanamata Chandana Santa Shama Vansama Shama Santam Shanam Guru Santa Tershantir Dhamma Santa Shama Vansama Shama Sandam Shirim Guru Ha Om Bhagan Santa Om Banjan Santa Samaya Manupala Banjan Santa Tena Bhante Chandan Dhamma Santa Shama Vansama Shama Anuradhameva Sarva Chandime Prayata Samakama Sutame Sandam Shirim Guru Ha Om Bhagan Santa Banjama Banjama Mahasamaya Santo Om Banjan Santo Samaya Manupala Banjan Tena Tershantir Dhamma Santa Shama Vansama Shama Anuradhameva Samakama Sutame Sandam Shirim Guru Ha Om Bhagan Santa Om Banjan Santo Samaya Manupala Banjan Tena Tershantir Dhamma Santa Shama Vansama Shama Anuradhameva Samakama Sutame Sandam Shirim Guru Ha Om Bhagan Santa Om Banjan Santo Samaya Manupala Banjan Tena Tershantir Dhamma Santa Shama Vansama Shama Anuradhameva Sarva Chandime Prayata Samakama Sutame Sandam Shirim Guru Santa Benjamin Santon Banzan Santon Sama Manubal Banzan Mutation Santon Shama Anuradoma Sanran Sending my parents and some common sons of men sent them Shinum Guru. How Bagan Sanatan Banzan some Santon Banzan Santon Manubalan Banzan Santon Teno Patation Santon Shama Shama some common sons of men sent them Shinum Guru. Bagan Santan Banzan on Banzan Santon Sama Manubal Banzan Mutation Santon Shama Anuradoma Sanran Sending my parents and some common sons of men sent them Shinum Guru. Benjamin Zama Sama Santon Banzan Santon Sama Manubal Banzan Mutation Santon Shama Sama Shama Naradama Santon Santon sent them Shinum Guru. How Bagan Santon Tantanga Banzan Zama Sama Santon Banzan Santon Manubal Banzan Santon Mutation Santon Shama Anuradama Sanran Sending my parents and some sent them Shinum Guru. Sama Santon Banzan Santon Sama Manubal Banzan Mutation Santon Shama Sama Shama Anuradama Sanran Sending my parents and some sent them Shinum Guru. Benjamin Zama Sama Santon Banzan Santon Sama Manubal Banzan Mutation Santon Shama Subashama Anuradama Santon sent them Shinum Guru. Banzan Mamma Zama Sama Santon Banzan Santon Sama Manubal Banzan Mutation Santon Shama Sama Shama Anuradama Santon sent them Shinum Guru. Banzan Mamma Zama Sama Santon Banzan Santon Sama Manubal Banzan Tersar Doma Santon Shama Sama Shama Anuradama Santon sent them Shinum Guru. Bagan Santon on Banzan Santon Sama Manubal Banzan Mutation on the Rantama Sanran Sending my parents and some common sons of men sent them Shinum Guru. Bagan Santan Santon Banzan Tersar Doma Santon Shama Sama Shama Anuradama Santon sent them Shama Benjamin Zama Sama Santon Banzan Santon Sama Manubal Banzan Mutation Santon Shama Sama Shama Anuradama Sanran Sending my parents and some common sons of men sent them Shinum Guru. Bagan Santan Sama Santon Banzan Tersar Doma Santon Shama Sama Shama Anuradama Santon sent them Shinum on Banzan Santon Sama Manubal Banzan Mutation Santon Shama Sama Shama sent them Shinum Guru. Bagan Santan Banzan Santon Banzan Santon Sama Manubal Mutation Santon Shama Anuradama Sanran Sending my parents and some common sons of men sent them Shinum Guru. Benjamin Zama Sama Banzan Santon Sama Mutation Sama Shama Anuradama Santon sent them Shinum. Benjamin Zama Sama Santon Banzan Santon Sama Manubal Banzan Tersar Doma Santon Shama Sama Shama sent them Shama Benjamin Zama Sama Santon Banzan Santon Sama Manubal Banzan Mutation Santon Shama Sama Shama Anuradama Sanran Sending my parents and some sons of men sent them Shinum Guru. Ngondro Sama Santon Banzan Santon Sama Manubal Banzan Mutation Santon Shama Sama Anuradama Santon sent them Santon Shama Sama Shama Anuradama sent them on Banzan Santon Sama Manubal Banzan Mutation Santon Shama Sama sent them Shinum Guru. Santon Shama Sama Shama Tersar Doma Santon Shama Sama Shama Anuradama Santon sent them Shinum Guru. Some Banzan Santon Sama Manubal Banzan Santon Shama Sama Shama Anuradama Santon sent them Shinum Guru. Benjamin Benjamin Jama Suman Santon Bandan Santon Sama Manapul Banjan and Bantan Chantan. So the Shama Ban Suma Shama Bandan to Sansaman Sansan Sundam Santam Shamgan Samtan and Benjamin Sama Santon Bandan Santon Sama Manapul Banjan and Bantan Chantan Santon Shama. So Shama Bandara the Vansara send them Brian Sansan Masun Saman Santam Shiram Guru Sanatan. Benjamin Benjamin Jama Sama Santon Bandan Santon Sama Manapul Banjan and Bantan Chantan. So the Shama Ban Suma Shama Bandara the Vansara send them Brian Sansan Masun Saman Santam Shiram Guru Benjamin Benjamin Jama Sama Santon Bandan Santon Sama Manapul Banjan and Bantan Chantan Santon Shama Ban Suma Shama. Another members on sending me brands and some comments on some mental Shirim Guru Santan. Benjamin Zaman some Santon Bandan Santon some Manuel Bandan and what they shanted Santon Shama. Another members on sending me brands and some comments on some mental Shirim Guru Santan. Some Santon Bandan Santon some Manuel Bandan and what they shanted the Mama Santon Shama Shama another. Sarah said the brands and some comments on them and Dam Shirim Guru Bagan Santan. Benjamin Benjamin Zaman some Santon Bandan Santon some Manuel Bandan and what they shanted the Mama Santon Shama. So Shama Bandara the Sarah said the brands and some comments on them and Dam Shirim Guru Bagan Santan. Benjamin Zaman some Santon Bandan Santon some Manuel Bandan and what they chanted the Mama Santon Shama. Another the members of the brands and some comments on some Dam Shirim Guru Bagan Santan and Benjamin some Santon Bandan Santon some Manuel Bandan and what they chanted the Mama Santon Shama. Another the members of the brands and some comments on some Dam Shirim Guru Bagan Santan and Benjamin some Santon Bandan Santon some Manupala Benza Santon no Bantan Chantan the Mama Santon Shama Suma Shama Another Some comments on some Dam Shirim Guru Bagan Santan and the Benjamin some Santon Bandan Santon some Manupala Tersar the Mama Santon Shama Suma Shama another the Mama Santon said the Brands and some comments on some Dam Shirim Guru Bhagavan Sarvatan Ganda Banzar Mamamanda. Banjar Bhava Maha Samaya Sato Om Banjar Santo 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 Om Banjar Om Banjar Santo 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 Om Banjan 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 Santo Viju Dana Dandre Rochi Then finally the dissolution. So you can practice on the dissolution too. Remember in your heart there's the 5-petal lotus, including the inside petals, or the Hung in the center, and Om in the east, Vajra in the south, Sa in the west, and Ta in the north. So when you dissolve, then starts dissolving from Ta to Sa, Sa to Vajra, Vajra to Om to Hung, and Hung dissolving from underneath all the way going to the top, and then dissolving tracelessly like that. And that's the dissolution. So now page 15, the Guru Yoga. Page 16. Kuzun toge wanje yonzon tom banzara guru kaya waka zenta sende lama uju rante merme nga rikton denge lame ranjalta. Page 18. So in this way, we have tonight accumulated 108 100-syllable mantras of the Vajra Sattva, and then 1100 of the Guru Yoga mantras. So then we'll now do the dedication. Dedication is on page 63. So dedication is one of the important branch of our practice. So we begin with the bodhicitta, the intention to bring all motherly sentient beings to the state of perfect Buddhahood. That is called the virtue in the beginning. And then when we actually practice, then we put our concentration and our focus and whatever we are doing, for example, the visualizations and so forth. So we concentrate and then practice in this way. It's also called, while practicing the main practice, not conceptualizing. So not conceptualizing is not meddling with your thoughts and letting yourself distract into ordinary thoughts and so forth, rather focusing. So also later on, as you understand the teachings, then it means to be free from any kind of concept of subject, object, and action. So this is hard to understand in the beginning, but in the beginning, just remaining focused without distraction, without getting carried away, or not falling asleep, or becoming dull or agitated, and all of those. And that's good enough in the middle. So at the end, dedicating. So sealing our practice with the dedication of the merit that we have accumulated. Just like how the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas have dedicated, we dedicate exactly like that. Not like in the worldly way of dedicating, oh, I want to dedicate, so in this way for someone else, not like that. Not limited to that. We're dedicating for all motherly sentient beings to attain Buddhahood in general. And then particularly, then you can say any prayer, like you, for someone who is sick or someone who is going through challenging times and so on and so forth. Those are, it's acceptable, totally possible. So main thing is that we need to aim just like how the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas have dedicated. So page 63. Page 63. Sonam diye tamje zekba ni tobne nebe ranam pamje shin kega nachi balon truba ye sinbe tsole rowa rasho jambe bawo jedara kemba dang kundo zangbo deyan dejin deda kunge jeso dalob chen gewa deda tamje rabdo de sum she ben ge wan tam je ge ngowa gang lai chou du nga pa de da ge ge we za wa de gen jang zang bo che che rab du ngo ra ge jang chu sem cho rim bo che ma ge pa nam ge ju ru che ke ba nyam ba me ba dang gong ne gong du pe wa ra sho jang chu sem dai me dre Chang chu chel lai she wan dan san ge nam ge yong song shi de ge len nam bang para sho jang chu sem ba nam ge ni ro den to la gong ru gong bo yin ni gang gong ba sem chen nam la de ju ro sho sem chen tam chen de dan den ju ru Ngöndro tam chen ta du tang para sho jang chu sem ba gang da sa ju Deda gungi melam dro parasho gewa deye gewa kun sonnam yeshe zozo. Sonnam yeshe le jungwen damba kunni to parasho. Rinchen geso deye rowa kun tatu dambe chedan midrash. Ranshin dene zoba tarachenne chenga drobe jikden ze parasho. Pende junne tembai pel juruche, serab kundu chelai che juruche. Kelkam kundu trashi ge juruche, drokun chamche sange top juruche. Lama kukam zangwar sewande, chondu kuse ringwara selwan. Trinle darjin ge para sewande, lama dan drewai me para jinge lo. Kandu ke ben ke wan tam jen du tore yen den dun den to barash ke ma ta du che dan che juro chen sul jen ru be rang wa ye barash deryan lama dan ba ne je chen nen dan sen du che lai che barash che do ne 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 bo den ru de se dere sen ben jan so ga warash Seba dambe cherab tenje chen shenpen ro la chongel me parash. Lab chen shenden chore me ba ye tamche chamche sangye to parasho. Chezul de yan ne de gel koro jen choge tanru kundu drajuret. Lodre pemo rabdu geje chen sangye temba darshen ge parasho. Lungri tebe meshe drible dre menga sambe tezom munajo gomjo yeke nelo jejense sherab sumge nawai ge parasho
Can
Ngondro Riksum Langa Chegu Ngang Kudan Yeshe Rombara Jamle Zabsan Naljor Chembe Nyamlen La Yereme Toki Tegle Rojesha Kewa Kundu Yangda Lama Dan Dharme Chege Bella Lonjeje Sadan Lamge Yende Rabzonde Palden Lame Gofa Nuruto Sho Om Benza Guru Bema Sindi Hum Om Benza Guru Bema Sindi Hum Om Benza Guru Bema Sindi Hum Om Benza Guru Bema Te Tsal Benzar Samaya Za Sindi Pala Om Benza Guru Bema Te Tsal Benzar Samaya Za Sindi Pala Om Benza Guru Bema Te Tsal Benzar Samaya Za Sindi Pala Hum Okay, so like that, that's how we practice the preliminary practice. Okay, good night, and then we'll see you soon again. Okay, bye bye.